welcome back to Tech Total Access. I'm Jaden Fisher.
And I'm Katie Adams, keeping you updated as we Hokies hunker down. Virginia Tech has made extensive efforts to give some normalcy to fans on game day, despite limiting attendance to 1,000 fans and strictly prohibiting tailgating. Virginia Tech cheerleaders, marching Virginians, and the High-Techs perform in the stands throughout the game, and Skipper the Cannon is fired from the nearby practice field. Let's check out the Hokie highlights.
Virginia Tech lost to Wake Forest 23-16 Saturday, October 24th, marking their second loss in ACC play. Wake Forest capitalized on Virginia Tech's 10 penalties, 3 turnovers, and costly issues in the red zone, making it impossible for Virginia Tech to win, even though the Hokies finished with 433 yards and Wake Forest finished with only 346 yards.
After a frustrating loss in Winston-Salem, Virginia Tech defeated Louisville 42-35 Saturday, October 31st, marking their 4th win in ACC play. The Hokies were relentless, scoring on 7 of 11 possessions and running the ball for a total of 283 yards. Hendon Hooker rushed for 3 touchdowns and finished the game with a career-high 19 rushing attempts.
The 2020 presidential election was Tuesday, November 3rd, and voters had the option of either re-electing President Donald J. Trump and Vice President Mike Pence, or elect Vice President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Tech Total Access reporter Katie Leeper was on campus election day to share how the coronavirus pandemic affected in-person voting.
The 2020 presidential election is arguably the most important election to cast your ballot.
The electorate that's college-aged is one that historically really hasn't turned out in great numbers, so I think it's really important that we try to improve the turnout rate of college-age voters.
Virginia Tech graduate student Julia Goyer has worked as an election officer at the on-campus precinct for 3 years and saw a lot more students active in terms of voting this year despite the strict coronavirus guidelines.
I think this particular election, everybody is, really aware of the election and the importance of voting.
Assistant Chief of the on-campus precinct, Cynthia Chelpelka, believes the creation of the on-campus precinct has driven more students to vote in the past 2 elections than previous generations.
It's been a tremendous asset for the students for the ability to vote because before they had to go quite a distance to vote.
Goyer emphasized the importance of student voting.
Even if you think your vote doesn't matter or that it doesn't affect you, try to think about what as a whole about this country matters to you.
Reporting live from Virginia Tech, I'm Katie Leeper with Tech Total Access. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Katie. The Virginia Tech women's softball team has officially started gearing up for the 2021 season after their prior season was cut short as a result of the pandemic. Tech Total Access reporter Madeline Myrick is down on the field to share the expectations and predictions for the season.
The Virginia Tech women's softball team has officially started gearing up for the 2021 season opener, set for February 7th against Iowa Hawkeyes. With excitement to take advantage of their home field again after their prior season got cut short, the team is looking to come together as one and unite despite COVID-19 regulations. Here to learn more about the changes to the preseason, Virginia Tech's pitcher Keely Rochard has been putting work in the circle with the hope that her and her team can have a healthy and safe season and set new records on the board.
Practices are going pretty well. Our team looks really, really good. We do a lot of inter squads right now, which is usually what we do in the fall. We get a lot of swings in, see a lot of live pitching. I expect this team to probably be the best that I've played for at Virginia Tech so far. I just expect us to do well and play every game like it's our best.
Over the summer, the Virginia Tech softball team held a 3-week-long team practice to prepare for the preseason start in the fall. While continuing to follow COVID-19 regulations, the team plans to hold reduced group practices in hope that all players will be healthy to play for the season opener. The success for the 2021 season is still in question, but with the multiple practices a day, watching film, and hitting the weight room, fans are eager to watch these Hokies get back on the field.
Thank you, Madeline. Virginia Tech is aware that staying fit and active is a great way to build a strong immune system and stay healthy. But Virginia Tech canceled intramural sports this year to help mitigate the further spread of the coronavirus. Tech Total Access reporter Logan McDonald is on campus to share students' thoughts on this change.
This semester, yet another aspect of Hokie life that has been affected by the coronavirus pandemic has been intramural and on-campus rec sports. The rims at the basketball hoops next to Pritchard and the other dorms were taken down for an extended period of time, and intramural sports that were before possible, such as 7v7 football, are now not feasible or permitted due to the restriction of gatherings of 10 or less people in the state of Virginia. However, Hokies have had to get creative and find other ways to remain active on campus.
Despite the restrictions on intramural sports this semester, it's quite clear walking across campus that there are many ways for Hokies to stay active and enjoy their favorite outdoor activities across campus, whether that be the volleyball courts, the outside quad, the fitness area, or the basketball courts, which are now back up and running as Virginia Tech is starting to ease recreational sports restrictions. Nonetheless, the lack of intramural sports this semester certainly is felt by the students, and we went to ask just what they're missing from intramural sports.
Just getting the connection of the competitiveness, because I'm the type of person who's very competitive and I need to get that adrenaline out every so often. So I go out there every weekend just to let off some steam. Hopefully I can get some schoolwork done after that and get more focus on everything else.
Aside from just recreational sport opportunities on campus, McComas is also offering fitness opportunities with restrictions and even club sport opportunities this semester.
So I'm on the club swim team. So that basically means we meet 3 times a week, but before you go, you have to sign up, and there's a max of 35, and it goes out each week. So only 35 kids can go at a time, and we space out in each lane.
It remains to be seen how the university is going to go about intramural and club sports going into the spring semester, and if they'll ease any restrictions, allowing some intramural and club sports to return at full capacity the way they were priorly. However, if not, there are many ways for Virginia Tech Hokies to stay active on campus and enjoy their favorite sports, whether that be the recreational basketball and volleyball courts, whether it be the fitness center, whether it be McComas, or whether it be the SRA practice fields. This is Logan McDonald signing off from VT Total Access. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Logan. In the midst of a pandemic, the chamber singers of Virginia Tech have had to think creatively to identify a low-risk location for their rehearsals. Tech Total Access reporter Kelly O'Regan attended a rehearsal to share the many changes and challenges the singers have faced.
A choir at Virginia Tech known as the Chamber Singing Choir might be considered a driving choir. To combat COVID-19, the choir started rehearsing on the 4th floor of the Perry Street parking garage. The students use the parking lines to maintain social distancing and sing with their masks on.
It's definitely different than other rehearsals we've had in previous years.
Dr. Bigler, Associate Professor of Music and Director of Choral Activities, said,
provided us a safe place to sing, and the benefit is that there's a little bit of acoustics because of the cement ceilings and the cement walls. If a choir sings outside, our sound just disappears. It goes out into the wide world.
Students record individually after rehearsal. The recordings are uploaded into an editing software where all their voices are stacked on top of each other to sound like a full choir. Many students realize how much more they can improve when singing by themselves and get more practice in the long run. With outside noise being a factor, sometimes the students have a hard time hearing each other and focusing on their music. Not only does the choir rehearse at the Perry Street parking garage, but also the Burris Tunnel and even on Zoom. Ever heard of a mute choir? Well, the Chamber Singing Choir rehearses on Zoom mute. Dr. Bigler explains that no one on the Zoom call can hear each other, but he can tell when someone is singing flat or too high based on his expertise. To end the semester on a high note, there will be a live stream concert on December 5th, where a few choir videos will be showcased for other music ensembles.
Thank you, Kelly. That's all we have for your Hokie highlights. Thank you for watching Tech Total Access Hokies Hunker Down. I'm Jaden Fisher.
And I'm Katie Adams. We'll keep you updated throughout the day on our Instagram.